Hey team, wanting to make a video because it is the new year. So we've got the first month of the new vegetarian vegan challenge to talk about. It is the end of January and it was okay. It was 14 days of vegan and the rest vegetarian, and it's to be mindful of our resources and to try to integrate both lifestyles. I am being conservative with funds, and so a lot of it was popcorn on the in betweens, and some of it was supporting my workplace too, which we make popcorn, and so it was popcorn, and then it was also a lot of ramen. Less though, I'd say less ramen than there's been in the past, but I liked doing the vegetarian vegan because I was able to do whatever I kind of felt like for the first part of the month. I felt like I most of the meals actually were vegan, and just a handful were vegetarian. A lot of the meals have been the vegan, and I'm not mad about that. Obviously, it's good to be mindful of the resources, but a lot of the days weren't considered vegan because of all of the pizzas the frozen pizzas, and that's actually mostly what it's been. And I think I've regressed on my menu because I I stopped eating the frozen pizzas, probably as soon as I went back to college. It was no longer kind of on the menu, and then I started making homemade pizzas, and then now it's like ramen, popcorn, and then the frozen pizza, and it's been this way for like months. I've rediscovered lentils. I've made lentils here at the house, and so that's my new one. And I actually found one of my Facebook friends also does lentils. So yay! Shout out to that person who also likes lentils. Yay! They tried it in a different way. I've not done it that way before, but I'm trying different sauces with the lentils. So I've tried a few Indian inspired, and now I'm doing an Asian inspiration for it. And I don't much care for that one, the one that I just tried. So I'm looking for something else, but it's been fun. I tried it with the curry powder and the peppers. So we are trying new things, but I'm trying to keep it low key, low maintenance, and manageable, like in the grand scheme of things. But it's been fine. I will say a lot of the first part of the month, I was having this sporadic dairy, and so I did get some, I think, chocolate milk, and I got non-vegan creamer for coffee because I did get coffee, and so lots of different things like that, and so it was maybe even just like the beverage was vegetarian and everything else was vegan, so it's I realize it's kind of difficult to gauge that, but it's not so bad, again, because the whole point is to be conservative, and I still feel like we were conservative for the much of the month. A few splurges. I did get, I think I got vegetarian ice cream. I ended up trying the eggnog ice cream that I wanted to try, and I just got a vegan ice cream for tonight. So there are a lot of directions that we could go this year. A lot of the early days, like I said, ended up being vegetarian, and then we had to squeeze in more of the days at the end of the month as vegan, which was tougher because I had gotten used to having the vegetarian, and I started getting bored of some of the vegan foods, and so I am experimenting with the lentils. I do like the lentils, and so next month I'm sure will probably be a little more vegan at the start of the month, but I could be mistaken. I could be mistaken. I had this whole financial plan for the next month, and that I just hadn't planned in a few things, and so the whole thing just got kind of completely skewed. And so now I no longer have that as a plan, but I still need to play it conservative and move into my next role, which I'm going to make a separate video for. But it's been an okay January. Very not that interesting food wise. A lot of popcorn, a lot of lentils, and yeah. So I like having the lentils in a tortilla. So that's cool. But otherwise, I'm going to stop this video. I will let you know how the next months go. Hoping this next month is a little more vegan dense at the start of the month, and then vegetarian, still intermittent. Hoping to have more food aside from just the frozen pizza, cheapo frozen pizzas. And so that's something also, but we're going to see how it goes. So I will talk to you later. I hope you have a great night, and we'll see you in February.